Penny with Sage Butterfly Designs. Today is July 18th. Can you believe the month is already over halfway over? Summer's halfway over as well, right? For me, that's good. With this heat is crazy. We are dealing with record heats. Our actual temperature is supposed to be in just breaking 100 on Thursday and Friday. Of course, I've got 2 weddings on Friday, so that'll be fun. But they're early. One of them is in sunrise at the beach, so that's at like 6 o'clock in the morning. And then the other one's at 10 o'clock in the morning. So not too awful, but still, being out in this is no fun at all. With less weddings, I have been able to start focusing more on myself and my family, as well as some major life changes that I'm going to update you with at the end of the video. And that will also explain why I've got such a mess behind me over here. Always, right? I say I'm going to keep that clean and everything else, and then I end up not doing it. I want to adjust myself to where I can put photos over here when I need to. Okay. Oh my goodness. So, Beau, right now he's being a vent hog because he doesn't like the heat either. So he's right down here blocking the vent. He being a vent hog. On 7/9, he turned 1. He's no longer a puppy dog. Well, he's still a dog. He's just not a puppy. So I told him he had to give up the pacifier. He didn't like that idea. He won't keep his pacifier. He liked that toy. Oh, he got, for his birthday, he got some bones. He got a duck. And he got a piece of birthday cake. A stuffed birthday cake, but still a birthday cake. I have some finishes. I finally have Floral Dream complete. Yes. Bring that in for you so you can see all the beads are on there. Look at that in all of its gorgeousness. And this was stitched on 28 count Blueberry Mist. Blueberry something. Let me see. Let me look at my notes here. Just Blueberry by Crosswing Collection. So on Friday, I guess I've got a 6 o'clock wedding and I got a 10 o'clock. So in between the two, my officiant and I will be going out for breakfast, and she also works part-time at a framing shop. So I'm taking this with me and handing it over to her, and I'll go pick out the frame because she's got keys to the frame shop. So we'll just go in there and pick out the frame and that kind of thing. But I'm going to have this one professionally framed by her, because with the beading, I want to have, she put like these spacers in there, and because I want glass on it. And I want it to be fully sealed to where like they seal the back and everything, because it is going to be hanging in a bathroom. So I want to make sure that it is fully sealed and preserved to the best of its ability. If it's hanging in my office, I don't really care too much, and I'll do it myself. But this one's going to be in a bathroom, and I don't want the elements to get to it. So I will have her do that on Friday. I also finished the teeny tiny ornament. I was working on the Santa Claus one here, and here's the teeny tiny ornament. So there it is. I'm thinking what I might do is of course cut it out, and I'm thinking about maybe putting it in a one of those tins and kind of like have some kind of like Christmas fabric behind it, and then kind of put that on it, or maybe a solid color. I don't know. That's my thought process for right now. That's as far. It's not going to be done anytime soon. I got to work on that. Let's see here. So those were my finishes. So I had a couple finishes. I worked on some WIPs. My Miribilia Lavender Mist. And I got some work done on it. When you last saw it, I think I was somewhere right around in here. I might have had the flower done, I'm not sure, but this page goes from here, so right there, over. So I've been working on this section of the design, and I know I did all this green right here around. I'm not sure if the flower was done or not last time you saw it, but it's coming right along. I'm pleased with the progress on that one. Santa's Sleigh by Nora Corbett has finally got some love. I know I did not give it any love at all last month. And here is my progress on it. I worked on, what did I work on? I know I finished up the ribbons. And, pardon me. I worked on some of this work. I know I did the ribbons. I think I did some more of the green. Yeah, I did the green up here. I don't remember what I did, people. I got further on it. I know that much. Yeah. Not sure where my next little thing is. I'd have to look at the pattern. I think start working on some of the packages, but it's coming right along. Happy with that. My Christmas Eve Santa has gotten more love. He's been coming along quite a bit. I've probably given him more love than I have the sleigh, to tell you the truth. So last time you saw it, I had already had this part done. His boot, it's up underneath there. There it is, his boot. This, and I had just part of the, we got sack. That's what it is. Words, Penny, words. The sack. And I went ahead and I outlined the whole sack, and then I started filling it in. So I've gotten through there, and I wanted to get all of this tan color done, but all I've got left is just that little piece right there, and I ran out of time this morning. I had to stop. But that's looking real pretty. As you see, all I've got just a teeny tiny bit right there, and then it's like from there we start going into the golds and greens and that pretty point setup. So yeah, if I have this done by the end of the month, the whole sack, I will be thrilled. So that's my goal, is to get that sack done by the end of the month. If I pay more attention to these like I'm supposed to for Christmas in July, Jolly July, whatever, if I paid more attention to these, then I probably would be further along, but I get distracted with things like summer acorns. It didn't get much love last month either, so I decided to bring it back out. And I'm working on this vine right here. So, because I had this one and this one done, so I was working on this vine. So, it's coming. And Autumn Bee, which was my birthday start. I've been telling you the fabrics on every single one of these. They're all WIPs, so I've already announced them at one point or another, and they'll be in the description below if you have questions, because I can't remember to do that every single time. I'm sorry. My mind is just not there. But here it is. And last time I had the outline complete of the wing, and I filled it in. Look at that, those colors in that wing. It is just beautiful. I love it. It's just so pretty. I'm like so wanting to get this other wing going because I want to see those colors again. And even Cinnamon Stars got some love by Plum Street Samplers. And last time you saw it, I just had the outline of this side of the house done. So now it's completely filled in with all of the rocks and everything. And I've started on this side of the house. So I'm at the filling in of this color here. So it is coming right along. So I feel like I've gotten some good progress done on my WIPs. And that is almost all of my WIPs. The only one I didn't touch, I noticed I was pulling them out to show you. The only one I didn't touch was Summer Fairy and Tink. But yeah, Tink's still on the back burner for a little while. I still love the pattern. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just I can't focus on it right now. More on that later. But it's just too much for me to concentrate on. So it's going to stay on the back burner. And I have a couple starts. Because, you know, why not? Gotta have a few starts in there too, right? So, I decided to start the French Country Witch by JBW Designs. So this is a new one, so I'm going to make sure I tell you what I'm using here. 28 count Mire, M-I-R-E, cashel linen from Picture This Plus. Make sure I got it. No, I do not have it the right side. There we go. So this is the fabric. This is the linen. And I am using Weeks Dye Works Violet. So that's where we're getting those purple variegations in there. And as you see, I'm pretty far on it. I've only got the broom and her head and hat left. The rest of it's already done, and I'm not going to put whatever that word is. It's in French. I don't know what it says, and I'm not writing it. So, because I can just see me doing that. People come and say, oh, what's that word? What does it mean? What does it say? I don't know. I just stitched it. Yeah, no. No. But this is the violet that I'm using. So, yeah. I thought that was pretty on there. I love it. So cute. The reason why I've gotten, the main reason why I've gotten so far on it is because with it being me using this paper pattern instead of using my PDF, is I can stream on my iPad while stitching, and I've been streaming lately, so I'm like, I need paper patterns for that. Good excuse for a start, right? And I started Seasons of the Heart, the winter one. And that one I'm stitching on 14 count minty green opalescent with the called for DMCs. So there is the center flower of it. And I started the free ornament design from Patoonie. This one with the cute little gingerbread men. It's not a very big start, and this is on 32 count gray gingham. So I've got the one gingerbread outlined, and I started to fill them in. So it's not a very big start, but it's a start. I'm just not that much into the ornaments. I thought I would be, and I'm just not. So, and that's okay. It'll come. I'm not gonna force myself. Okay, and I kitted 2 projects. The first one is the sister chart to Floral Dream, and it's called Moon Glow, Moon Glow. And this is the sister chart to Floral Dream that I just finished. So that means I have to get on this one next, right? And it had, I am putting it on, what is this? 28 count Valor cashel linen. Although I did order some more fabric, so if something else comes in that I like better, I'll use it. But right now, this is what I'm going with. I might have to throw it through an iron and see if those wrinkles are gonna like stay in there. I don't mind the marbling, but it's like that wrinkly look I don't much care for. That might just be linen too. So it might not end up being this. Right now, that's what it is. And this one comes with a lot of, let's see here, I think all of these are, they're here, here, they're here. Okay, all of these are water lily silks. Are these not totally gorgeous? Look at that. So, so pretty. Look at all the colors in that one. And variegation in the greens. It is just gorgeous. And then these ones here are just the DMCs for these colors. But you can see it's a very bright, colorful palette. And then I also kitted up the Cozy Into Winter by Jeanette Douglas Designs. And yeah, I plan on putting that on. I did not write down what count this is. I think it's 28. It might be 32. Looks like 32. It's just the color's not showing up very well on here on the computer. It's a very light mint green linen. I looked at the colors, even with the green, the greens and reds, golds, just it's so pretty. So that will be done on that fabric. So I kitted two. Don't know when they're gonna get started, but they're kitted, they're ready to go. And that moves us into haul. Yeah. Penny's been a little naughty. So I've got a little tiny piece left of that mirror fabric, that 28 count mirror cashel linen that was, there's the label, that was, that I'm using on the witch. So I've got another piece to use on something else. And I got a 36 count Cyprium Edinburgh linen. I haven't even tried a 36 count yet. We'll have to try that, but there's the label. And then here, is that not gorgeous? Look at those colors. That is just gorgeous. That's why it's a small piece, because it's 36 count, and I'm not even sure if I can do 36 count. I'm sure I can. It's just going to be a little bit more of a challenge, I guess. And then I got a 28 count. I should just put on my glasses while doing this so I can read this, shouldn't I? All right, 28 count Tango cashel linen. And this is the color on it. So that's pretty. And then we have 32 count Ancient Belfast linen. On a fabric kick, apparently. And then Voodoo Belfast linen. And this is 32 count. Oh, it matches my shirt. Look at that. So, all these linens, And then of course, when you're buying linen, you're like, well, I may as well get a pattern too. And I've been looking at this pattern for quite some time, and I decided to bite the bullet and get it. Teresa Coggett's Scylla Witches Quaker. I was thinking about getting that Halloween Quaker that everyone is doing, and I'm like, you know, and then I saw this one and fell in love with it, and it's been in my wish list for a while, and then finally I decided to bite the bullet and get it. But it is just the cutest, and I don't know what I'm stitching on it yet. I have some possibilities here, but I'll do, of course, fabric toss, thread tosses and decide. But that is 1, 2, 3 stitch haul. And then Artie was having a sale on her Facebook again. Thanks, Artie. And I ended up getting some more things from her. A 22 count 12 by 12 piece of Ada. And then a 14 count emerald green Ada. And a couple of patterns, Chatelaine Seasons. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. And Dream Garden band sampler. And then she sent me down a new rabbit hole, something I've been wanting to try, but whenever I go to price them, the minimum price I've seen is like 35, 50 bucks or more, most likely more for the designs I like. But she had these needlepoint canvases. I think they were 5 bucks. So I was like, well, perfect time for me to get them, so I have them to try. When I'm going to try them, I don't know. I'm right now doing other things, but are those not gorgeous patterns? I know that there's, it's basically a tent stitch if you do it like they tell you. But then I've seen where people take and do like satin stitches in certain areas and do different things like that. So I'll have to research it and see and decide what I want to do. But even if I just do the tent stitch all the way through, I mean, obviously I know how to do that much. But I've been wanting to try needlepoint, and I was like, well, at that price point, it's a good time to try it. On Holly Jones, Mrs. Jones Stitches, I can take off my glasses. I won the Primrose Cottage Stitches winter pattern. So there's another pattern to stitch. Okay. I got from Buttermilk Basin the new block of the month, so I'll put that right here. And for the design business, I have a poinsettia design. It's real pretty. It's like one big flower blossom, like the flower itself. I think I want to say it's either 8 by 8 or 10 by 10, one of the two. At any rate, I'm going through the final final checks on it. If anyone is interested in test stitching it, let me know. Otherwise, I'll get to it in the fall or something. I don't know. But if you're interested in doing a test stitch, email me, sagebutterflydesigns@gmail.com. The email is in the description below as well. I'm also doing the final checks on my autumn ribbon. I know we've already done spring and summer. And once I get the autumn ribbon finalized and checked, then I'll go ahead and I'll stitch that one up, because I mean, those I'm using for my own decoration, so I don't mind stitching those ones up. So I'll get that stitched up and out to everybody here in the next month or two. And I got winter just barely started, so that one's going to be a little bit before I get that one done. Other stitchy updates. I completed a wool applique. This is the one that's actually a punched needle design that I converted into wool applique. And here it is. I tried some different stitches. I'm on the smaller items, especially like the branch here, the stem of the pumpkin. I used a WIP stitch instead of the blanket stitch. I used the blanket stitch here. That's why it's a little bit loose right in here. But the blanket stitch I used on the bench. But I used a WIP stitch in other places. I used a running stitch, and the leaves on there are a satin stitch. So yeah, so I'm learning how to do some of this stuff, so that's fun. So that's my wool applique, and I got that one done. I guess I should have had that in my finished section, but I was like, well, this is other stitchy, so I'll put it in the other stitchy. I also joined a, from the Shabby Fabrics, they released Chillin' with the Snowmies. I'll put it right here. And it's a block of the month club, and it starts in October. And I went ahead and I joined that last night. So I'm excited about that. So I'll start getting those blocks in, and it'll give me a chance to do the applique and learn how to do some quilting, and I'll get all kinds of learning stitchy stuff done with that. So that'll be fun. So I'm looking forward to that. And that brings me to giveaways. So the giveaway winners. Number 1 was Bunny Garden by Stitches with the Housewives. And that one goes to Yorkshire Stitcher, Julie. And I do have your address, so I already got your envelope ready to go, and it'll go out this week, probably Thursday, maybe Friday, but definitely this week. The next one is Freebie, and that one is going to Audrey Fleming, and I have your address as well. And number 3, the Tired Trio, and that is going to Charlene Blanc. I'll put your name right here so that you can make sure it's you. I do not have your address, so send me an email, sagebutterflydesigns@gmail.com. Again, that's also in the description. Send me an email, and I'll get this out to you as soon as possible. Hopefully this week. So send me that email so I can get it out this week. Otherwise, it'll be next week. Seasons of the Heart Autumn, and from the Blue Flower, and that one is going out to Tamra Pierce, and I have your address, so that will be going out. Flowers for Fall by the Little Stitch Girl was number 5, and that is going to Pretty Fun Stuff by Diane. And you'll need to email me as well because I don't have your address. And the last one, number 6, is Spring. And that one is going out to Bonnie Sheffer. And I do have your address, so I'll get that one out in the mail right away. So with everything going on with my life right now, I'm going to limit my giveaways to once a month. So next month, I don't know, I might just at the beginning of the month announce what the giveaways are, and then like re-announce it again in the middle of the month if I do a video, and then at the end of the month do the giveaway. Yeah, so I'll at least let you know what's going on as I know what's going on. But right now it's just to try to, the giveaway, this part of it's not hard, it's the whole packaging them and getting them to the post office and all that, it's to be crazy. So just be patient with me. I'm going to have my 1-year floss anniversary, I guess. My 1-year date is on the 23rd of August. So I know I'll be doing a big video and giveaway then. So I might just hold off on August until that date and then just have a big giveaway and then ship out like the next week or two. Yeah. Because I've got things going on. Any rate, okay, so I do have a lot of personal information to inform you of. If you're interested, hang out with me. Love to have you. If you're just here for stitchy information and you want to go on, great. I'll see you the end of the month for my end of the month update, and have a wonderful time. Try to stay cool in this hot weather. Those of you who are sticking around, I'm going to start easy with Dad. Dad is doing pretty good. I mean, he's got stage 5 Parkinson's. There's no cure. It's just watching him deteriorate, unfortunately. But he is doing, he's managing it. He's adjusted, accepted it. That's probably the best words. Accepted it. I went to see, I've been going back to Greenville more often, back to the upstate. And in doing so, I've been able to see him more. And the last time I went to see him, he was so funny. I went to his room and he wasn't there. So I went to the activity room and he wasn't there. And when I walked in the door, like in the dining room section, they were doing like a bingo. And I didn't pay it any attention. I just went right by it. And so I'm like, well, he's not in these two rooms. I wonder if he's playing bingo. So I walked back to the front. And just then a nurse was wheeling him, because he's in a wheelchair, was wheeling him out of the section. And I looked at him and I'm like, hey, Dad. And I go, you was playing bingo? And he goes, yeah, I was playing bingo. And I'm like, awesome. And he goes, and the nurse goes, well, I'll have him back. And she goes, are you here for a visit? And I say, yeah. And she goes, well, I'll have him back to you in a few minutes. I'm like, all right, just bring him back to his room. And so I went in there and just hung out. While I'm there, they bring me his a bag of chips for his bingo winnings, because he won a game or two bingo, I guess. Might have been participation prizes, I don't know. But he got a bag of chips. And then he went ahead and so I was visiting with him. When he came back, the nurse took him for a shower, so he was all nice and clean. And so I hung out with him for a little while, was talking to him. And nurse comes in, different, aide comes in, and she's okay, Mr. B, you ready for lunch? We're going to eat in the dining room today. And he goes, nope. And she's all like, you usually don't turn down meals. What's going on? Worried that, there was something wrong with him. He goes, I just, no. And then she looks over at me, and she looks back at him, and she goes, she can come into the dining room with you, And he's all like, oh. Okay, so I went there and sat with him while he ate. So, but he was wanting to turn down a meal because he was wanting to visit with me. So that was funny. But all in all, he's doing well. Mom's doing good health-wise, so that's good. The big news is that we are going to move back there. My husband's parents are there, and of course they're aging too. And I mean, a lot of it has to do with family. We need to move closer to family. My husband works remotely, so he's not tied to Charleston. I'm a little bit tied here because of my business, but I can go back and forth for the weddings I have. It's not that big a deal. Financially, it's a major benefit. In selling this house, we will make enough money to pay off the other house, plus get a little mom-in-law suite for Mom. So, and we'll go from 2 mortgages to no mortgages and be completely debt-free, which would be awesome. Which means Penny don't have to do as many weddings or whatever. So, yeah. Big news. So we're going to be listing our house for sale in about 2 weeks. And so that's some of my mess over here, is me starting to pack up some of my stuff in this room, starting to pack up the house. We had to find mother-in-law suite. Here's a little picture of kind of what we're looking at for her. And getting all that stuff done, getting the other house ready, because Mom has got crap all over the place. She's like such a hoarder. She had a phase where she was going to thrift stores and buying everything. Oh, this is only $10. Oh, this is not. So now the house is full of crap. And it's like, what is this? I don't even know. It's gone. That's what it is. You know, so yeah, so I've been helping Mom clear out her house so that there's room for us. And yeah. Here's a picture of Beau visiting Mom too. He likes visiting her. He likes the house and her, and the big backyard. Backyard's bigger. The temperatures aren't as hot there. Yeah, so we couldn't, as we were sitting there thinking, what are the negatives? The only negative is basically sharing the house with Mom for a little while temporarily while we're waiting for the mom-in-law suite to be built, and just that kind of dynamic and having to adjust to that, but is what it is. The other benefits way outweigh that, and we can adjust to that pretty well. Like I say, I still have work here. I've got it limited down to where in September there's 2 weekends that I'd have to come back for. And in October, I'm going to have to do quite a bit of back and forth. October is a very busy wedding month here. So I'll be, like, I have like weddings on like Tuesday and then like Thursday, Saturday, you know, so it's like, so I'm going to be coming back and forth quite a bit. I'll stay over for like, and I'm trying to like condense weddings down to where it's like for the future, like when people are you available, to say, nope, I'm only available here and here, then kind of like trying to stack them a little bit better. Because of course when I was booking them up until about a month ago, I assumed I was going to be here, so it wasn't any big deal to have a wedding on a Tuesday and a Friday. Now I'm like, I don't want a wedding on a Tuesday and then not have anything, because it's like I have to come here just for that one wedding on a Tuesday. And of course, once my team can handle, I let them handle so that I don't have to. I can stay in Greenville for the ones I can, but some of them I have to come for, but that's okay. And I make enough money to do that, so it's okay. Looking at in the future, I don't have any weddings right now booked in November or December. I'm planning on one weekend, and the same thing for January. I do have a wedding booked in February, so obviously I'll book what I can around that one. For March, I'll probably do 2 weekends, same thing with April and May, and then from there I'll decide if I'm going to continue to do the back and forth, like 1 weekend a month, or if I'm done with it. So, but I'll keep it going for a little bit longer. I make too much money not to. And I have to make, well, I don't really have to. My husband makes plenty of money, but I just, for me to spend money on myself and to buy fabric and things like that, I want to have my own money to do that. So he never says a word to me about it, obviously. He don't care. But me, I need to have my own money, my own contribution. So that's more me than it is him. And you know, money to spoil the vent hog who hasn't moved yet. Little brat. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm not looking forward to the process. I hate moving. I hate dealing with the what do I need, what don't I need, all that kind of crap. But it's exciting. I'm looking forward to being there, being able to spend more time with Mom, being able to just be without any bills, all of that. It's just, yeah. So it's a good major change, but it is a major change. And of course, it takes away my time from stitching and other things. But as you see, I'm keeping up with my stitching and everything pretty well. But I might have some holes in there for a while where it's like, oh, I had to get this done or had to get that done. And didn't stitch as much. Like this upcoming weekend, usually I stitch on weekends quite a bit, and this upcoming weekend we're probably going to be pressure washing the house and doing some things like that, so I probably won't be doing much stitching, but that's okay. So that is my major life news, and I will let you guys get on with your day. I appreciate the support of my channel, and I will catch you all in a couple of weeks. End of the month review. I have that strawberry class the end of the month, so I will get my strawberry made and I'll show that to you. So I'm excited about that, and maybe Beau will stop being an event hog and show himself to you. Have a great summer. Bye.